We'll get to kind of match day then, because again, we'll drill down on what specifically happens on the match day from kind of what time you arrive in, how, you're setting up, and in terms of you mentioned the screens behind you there, but do you have screens in the change rooms before the game? Are you showing players things last minute, and then also just kind of what happens during the game? So are you mic'd up to the bench? What's your role at half time, etc. Just to paint the picture for someone to see what it's really like, John.
Sure. So with MLS, after this Apple deal that we've had, a lot of our kickoff times are pretty consistent. It's like a 7:30 p.m. kickoff time.
Yeah,
So usually get to the stadium maybe 3:30 or 4. Make sure that all the Ethernet cables are set up in the bench and technical booth. And I got to say now, shout out to Carl, the Houston analyst. We had like a snafu for the first time in 3 years. Like his internet wasn't working in the technical booth. We fixed it with like 5 minutes to go in the game. So apologies. See this, but so making sure we get there early so that any technical difficulties we can get sorted before the game starts. And then from there, it's a good moment to kind of speak with the coaches. Maybe they're developing the training session for the following week after the game, and so whatever video references for the upcoming opponent you might have, or any insight that we might have, we're able to kind of share that with them. It's as players start to arrive, it's like you say, it's a good opportunity for just like a quick video session with units.
yeah,
Maybe the back line dealing with a certain threat and going over a little bit more just last minute details about that. If the roster comes out and it's a new player that we didn't anticipate playing, maybe it's showing some reference clips of them, some of their actions to players who aren't familiar with them. So that's all kind of pre-game,
mm,
making sure, again, everything is set up, technical difficulties all sorted. We use automated cameras. The league has a deal with TrackApp, so it's um, cameras in every facility with specific like endpoints that you can create an IP feed to live code the game. We Again, what's nice about having Rodrigo and myself is that while Rodrigo is coding the game, um, I'm able to spend a little bit more time focusing on halftime clips.
yeah,
So up in the booth, it'll be myself, Rodrigo, Freddie Juarez, the assistant coach, and then most of the time Henry Bronner, our technical director. So Freddie will be kind of mic'd up to the bench. The four of us will kind of share whatever we're seeing in the game. Um, Freddie will ask to kind of see certain clips again, might send things down to the bench, or they might be looking through things on kind of the iPad on the bench, which has the tactical feed set up there.
yeah,
And then it's kind of just a conversation to see what we can impact during the game. If there's either like little positioning, adjustments we can make, any decision-making things, or just point out things that the opponent is doing that we're going to need to prepare for at halftime, and then creating that halftime playlist. So
yeah,
Freddie and I will go down around the 40th minute. We'll make our way down into the locker room, and based off the points of emphasis that we kind of discussed there, we have, like a playlist of clips that we might show the coaches when they come in. Quick little huddle with the coaches around the TV, and Freddie has a couple tactical boards set up. Again, it's such a like a time intensive and high intensity moment. You have to be really efficient in terms of what analysis that you're giving. You want to make sure that it's actionable. Like it's not just like you're coming up with a problem and
yeah,
you know have a solution that is going to help your team kind of counteract it. Um, you want to make sure it's in line with what Brian likes to discuss. You kind of, as you work with the head coach, you learn what kind of points of emphasis they like to make at halftime. So you learn to tailor your analysis to make sure that you're kind of meeting them halfway. Um, you also kind of, it also helps, like, again, knowing how they see the game. It's okay to have like a different opinion, but knowing how they see the game and what they're going to pick up on, because nothing's worse than coming into halftime and showing a clip about a problem, and it's like it's not even close to the problem that they had
yeah,
identified as
yeah.
as kind of the crux of what we need to change at halftime. But
Mm.
which has happened to me more than a few times, but you learn from it, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a. But anyways, Brian gives us halftime talk, and then myself and Freddie and the assistant coaches, like, we might just show video to individuals at that point.
yeah,
Some will come up, they might have a question. Some, you know, will be kind of directed by the coach. It'll be like pushed to where they have something that they want to get across to the player. And if they need video support, then I'm there to kind of help show the video to that.
yeah.
So that's pretty much it. And then we go back to the technical booth, finish up the coding, and then start our post-match process after the
Yeah,
game.
Nice. Perfect. So yeah, you mentioned Houston. Carl's hopefully coming on the podcast soon. We're just trying to get a date, so he should be on here soon. So I'll ask him about the technical difficulties that you had, John. So